Hey, AD. So I want to talk about flexibility. It's really important, in my opinion. In the Tao, they say the hard die aggressive death. So we're not supposed to be too hard with life or with God. Um, it's good to be able to bend for what's better. Like, even though you're comfortable in your job, you know deep down inside that there's a better job for you, then you got to make that switch, even if it means you're going to be more uncomfortable or everything is going to be more unfamiliar. You got to bend for what's better. And sometimes bending gets in the way of what we want, but we know it's better to bend in the first place, so we have to bend. Like, for example, like the onset of mental illness. You know, you don't know anything about mental illness. You don't know what it's like to have mental illness, but you have to bend for it because you have an onset of a mental illness. So in those times, it's better to accept it than to fight it and deny it and all that stuff. Another thing that's important too is adapting to change. Like when circumstance or situation are out of our control, we need to learn to adapt to it, or else once again we're going to be resisting it or fighting it all the time. We're going to be miserable. Like, for example, you get sick, you get mentally sick, and then you go in the psych ward. You have to adapt. You have to adapt that you're going to be there for a certain amount of time. That's going to take a certain amount of time to get better. It's like you can't run away. You can't run away from the psych ward if you need treatment. So it's adapting to change is very important. And another example is being flexible with God. Even though your wife's cooking dinner, or even though you were gonna do something you wanted to do, you instead of doing that, you put your time aside and you go and help someone. So you put everything aside, you go help one person. So then you're being flexible with God. On that note, I'm leaving. Till next time.